What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from High on Android and DopeTechDaily.com, and today I've got one of the phones of the hour, the OnePlus 2. I want to thank OnePlus for sending me out an early invite so I could purchase the phone and go ahead and get a review of it here on the channel. Now if you've read my articles on HighOnAndroid.com, you notice that in some of my editorials on OnePlus I've had sort of a negative attitude towards their PR and their marketing, but I've never really had anything bad to say about the hardware. In fact, I really liked the OnePlus One last year. I thought it was a great phone. I just don't necessarily like the invite process or the way they subject people to purchasing the phone. As you can see right here, I've got the Sandstone Black 64GB model. That's the one that they're selling here at launch. And you can see here the date, fresh off the factory, that's 8/10/2015. So this phone here was manufactured not too long ago, 10 days ago, before I got it. So we're going to go ahead and unbox the OnePlus 2 today. I'll have a review coming up. I'm also going to compare this phone to the Axon Pro, which is a phone that I unboxed recently. If you haven't seen my unboxing of the Axon Pro, go take a look at that. It's a phone with similar specs, sort of a similar price point, so I definitely want to compare those two. But today I just want to unbox the OnePlus 2, give you guys some of my initial impressions of the phone. So take the plastic wrap off here. Let me put my unboxing knife to the side. You can see here it's got a nice packaging to it. The packaging kind of reminds me of a Apple-esque packaging. It certainly feels that kind of way. It's red instead of white, so that's a little different. You've got an insignia here of the 2, and then the OnePlus 2, and then the OnePlus company branding. I already showed you guys sort of the specs on the back. Tells you right there that it includes the OnePlus 2. You get a USB-C to USB cable, and also a power adapter. So let's go ahead and get right into the box and see what we got inside. Opens up nice and easy. Right on top we have the OnePlus 2, some plastic, never settle, the company's motto right there on the top. Let's get into the bottom of the packaging and see what else we get. Here you've got OnePlus branding. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside here. No surprise, we got our quick start guides and our user guide. So the quick start guide tells you how to go ahead and get started. Obviously most of you guys watching my channel are pros, but if you're not, if you're new to Android, you definitely want to go through and read this. I'll go through, of course, all the features of the phone in the full review, so if you come back and check that out, you won't need that. And then inside, of course, we've got a very nicely branded power brick. So OnePlus does do a good job with the branding on their power brick. They've got the nice OnePlus logo there. And then, of course, to put your USB-C to USB cable, which is right here. And another thing I really like about OnePlus, as you can see if I take the USB cable out, let's go ahead and put the box to the side as well. You can see here on the cable, it's got a nice little tangle-free cable, but it also has this guy right here to keep your cable organized. You've got a little wrap, you can wrap around it and tie up your cable. So this is nice to include that tie. And it's tangle-free, so you see you got the nice flat cable there. And then of course, as expected, oh look, they got even a little cover right there. As expected, you got your USB-C right there. And then, of course, here, you've got the nice, pretty, OnePlus does a good job with their USB cables. You've got the gold-plated leads there on your cable, and you can see the OnePlus branding right there on the cable itself. So overall, this is one of the new things with the OnePlus 2. You've got this USB-C connectivity. Now, one thing that I don't like about it is you don't get fast charge through the USB-C because this is not actually USB 3.0, which is sort of the point of USB-C. So that kind of defeats the purpose, but it is the first Android flagship to feature USB-C charging. So we got the power brick. Let's put that to the side really quick. And then I'm just going to give you some impressions of the phone really quick. I haven't actually even booted it up yet. As you guys saw, I unboxed the S6 Edge Plus, so I've been busy with a lot of phones lately. So let's go ahead and take a quick tour of the phone. You can see around the phone here, you've got your power and volume up and down buttons over here. You've got your alert slider that can be used similar to the mute button on the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. On the back here, you got your camera module with the laser autofocus. And now down here is a little place where you can pull off the style swap cover. That's where you're going to find your SIM slot. So let me actually go ahead and peel that off. It's actually kind of difficult to get off. So I grabbed my SIM tool to sort of put it in there. I don't really have fingernails, so just peel it up. If you've got long fingernails, then you should be fine. And then this is where you'll actually remove your style swap cover if you buy a different cover from OnePlus and you want to put that on here, then this is where you'll do that as well. So if you remove that, you see right here on the back of the phone, once you remove it, this right here is your dual SIM tray. So you go ahead and slide your nano SIM right in there, and then you'll be good to go. So again, I'm just sort of giving some initial impressions here on the unboxing. I'm going to boot up the phone, just show you the welcome screen really quick. And maybe I'll go through this really quick and show you sort of how it boots up. But I'm going to get into Oxygen OS a little bit more in my full review. So we'll take a look at that. Let's see here. So you also have this button here that can act as a physical home button, but it also has sort of capacitive touch. So if you touch it, it's going to make sort of a vibration like you're actually touching. Oops, this is in Chinese, I think, to start. So I want English, United States. So there's that. So of course it tells me I need to insert my SIM card. So I'll go ahead and insert my SIM card and we'll get right back and maybe take a look at the software. All right guys, so we're back. I went ahead and put in my SIM card. Now you may want to be careful when you set this up. I had a problem with it checking connection to my Wi-Fi network, so I just skipped it. Hopefully it won't be a problem later, but I wanted to show you guys the initial setup. So you can start your OnePlus setup. You can choose to either use software or hardware buttons. I'm going to choose to use software buttons here. That lets you get the on-screen buttons there. You can use gestures. Double tap to wake is one that I particularly like. You can draw an O to start the camera. That's a pretty awesome little feature as well. So I'm going to choose those two. Input method, I want to use Google Keyboard. I think a lot more manufacturers should give you that option right at the startup. And then shelf here, it's a feature in beta. You can keep organized and discover things you care about. I want to give that a try, so I'm going to enable that as well. So my setup's complete. It's ready to use. You can see we go ahead and boot it up. Recent screens appear here. It's going to go ahead and welcome me, show me wallpaper widgets. This is the home screen. Now, as you guys know, Oxygen OS is a very close to stock sort of Android experience with some nice customizations. I'll be playing around with that a little bit. You see there's no bloatware. That's one great thing about buying an unlocked phone. So I'll be playing around with that and getting back to you guys in the full review. You can see here if we go in and check really quick that the phone is running Android Lollipop 5.1.1. So that's the setup. Overall impressions, I like the build a lot on the phone. The software, I like a lot of the options they give you at the start. It looks like a really great phone for the price at $389 for this 64 gigabyte, 4 gigabyte of RAM model. Oh, and one other thing, there's a piece of plastic here on the screen, so you want to make sure you pull that off. I mean, if you want to, if you don't want the screen protector. All right, guys, so that is my unboxing and impressions of the OnePlus 2. Looks like a great phone. I'll be getting more to the full review. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I've got the Axon Pro review coming up later this week. And please check out High on Android and DopeTechDaily.com for great Android news and upcoming giveaways. And I will see you guys in the next video.